Peace. Infinite waters diving deep once again. We are out here in nature. 11 simple things that can help your anxiety. Are you really anxious all the time? Have you ever had an anxiety attack at 3 o'clock in the morning? Breathing in that good ass prana, baby. I get a lot of questions about anxiety. A lot of people are having anxiety attacks in the most inconvenient places. And we ain't even had breakfast yet. Can I get a hello? Yes, I'm talking from personal experience. Growing up, I had a lot of panic attacks and anxiety attacks and had a tight chest. It almost feels like your world is ending right before your eyes. You're like, no, wait. I still need to go to Hawaii. Yeah, do that first, right? Anxiety. This affects pretty much every single human being on the planet at some point in their life. So I'm going to share with you what's helped me along my journey. Simple things that have helped my anxiety over the years, right? Helped me become anxiety free. Not entirely, because there are still some things we're pretty much anxious about, all of us, okay? But this will help. The first thing is to stay in the present moment as much as you can. Like, just stay there. Don't move. Oh, you just moved. Thinking about the past again, right? Thinking about what I will do instead of what I'm doing right now. Like, buy a watch which says now. I saw those. Pretty cool, right? Because all anxiety is created from the desire to escape the present moment. Slow motion this side. And I saw it along my journey because I was never quite comfortable where I was. A lot of people are very anxious. You might be studying, you could be in a job, in a relationship, right? What does the future hold? So we think about it, thinking we can actually change it and control the situation. Then we realize actually we're just thinking about it and we've just spent, 4 hours doing it, right? So I'm very mindful. I do a lot of mindfulness meditation every single day where I become so present to what is happening right in front of me at this present moment. Moving my hands like this, right? Hearing some birds. One is over there. One is over there. One is one is over there, right? You become attentive to your surroundings. You tune in to all of your senses and you hear yourself for the first time. You become present to your breathing. Most of us, we forget we're actually breathing, right? When you are becoming more mindful, you can even feel that good ass chi invading your nostrils, baby. And it feels fantastic, right? So that is the first amazing step. Number 2 is to stop overwhelming yourself. I've realized, a note to self, I can't do everything. I'm just one human being. And a lot of us, we are multitaskers. We're like trying to do this here, trying to do that, take their children to school. You don't have children, do you? Don't worry. Look, you're doing something right now, and you're doing other things right now, and other things right now. And yeah, you're studying, watching Ralph Smart videos, talking to a friend, eating some, what are you eating, by the way? Avocados? Great, right? Like 4 things, like all at once. And then you realize you got to go to work in the next 5 minutes, okay? So you're doing so much. I'm not surprised you have a lot of anxiety. And I wasn't either, because I was doing so much. Like along my early journey, I would be doing multiple things at once, doing them very badly. You see, a lot of us, we have a lot of priorities. We don't have a priority. Once I got my priority, which was to say, hey, I'm just going to focus on one thing at a time, take one step at a time, and eventually it all got done, right? And that is how to heal your anxiety. Take your time doing things as opposed to rushing everything all the time, right? Because a lot of us, we are in a hurry to get nowhere fast on the planet. Like, you walk outside of your house and you see people rushing up and down. Like, what's happening? Nobody knows, right? And they still don't get it done, right? But when you slow down, you create more mental clarity. That's what's helped me heal my anxiety. What else? Let's talk about the next step is to don't be so hard on yourself. Like, a lot of people I see who have visions, they tell me about, hey, I want to do this, Ralph. I want to do that. I'm really nervous about it. And what makes them even more anxious is the pressure they put on themselves, but also the pressure from like family and friends. Like, sometimes you might have just finished studying and you're like, what should I do with my life right now? Parents saying do this, friends saying do that, and the cat down the road giving its own opinion. And you're like, I'm pretty much confused right now because I don't even know what I want to do, right? So I realized you got to take the pressure off anything, right? And everything you are thinking. Take the pressure off. It's not as serious as you think. That's what's helped me throughout the years. Like, people say, gosh, Ralph, how can you get over 1,000 questions every single day and inspire millions of people? I say, because I'm just talking to cats, right? Yeah, pretty much. It's just fun. That's why we're growing so quickly. If you make your life more fun, something you look forward to, you begin to take the pressure off. Are you still doing something that makes you smile every single day? Take the pressure off. Or are you so serious? Right? I had massive panic attacks when I was studying because I'm like, I got to finish this exam and got to study. It was so much pressure. It was overwhelming. And I realized my anxiety was just going up and up. And then once I realized, hey, I'm just going to start skating again, it went back down. Right? So do something that puts a smile on your face today. The next step, 7-day vegan challenge. Okay. This is what's helped me along my journey, is magnesium-rich foods. So we know cacao is super, super high in magnesium. Chocolate, that's a fantastic excuse to eat a lot of dark chocolate smoothies, right? Because it's going to calm your nerves. But more so, leafy greens are packed full of magnesium. So I realized once I started to eat more plant-based foods, 7-day vegan challenge, right? A lot of watercress, the most nutrient-dense vegetable in the world. My anxiety just went totally, whoa, where did it go? Just disappeared. Leafy greens, get the kale going, right? Get the spinach going. We don't even see sometimes the link between what we're eating and how we're feeling. You see, that's the trick, because when you're really anxious, maybe you can agree, do you sometimes forget to eat? Yes, same as me, right? Then I realize, okay, I'm anxious because I'm dehydrated, 1, and I haven't had my leafy greens, 2, and I definitely haven't had my chocolate yet, 3, right? So start changing and even looking at your plate to say, okay, is this really helping me at this time in my life, right? Calm my nerves. Does it have a lot of magnesium, right? Number 5 is to become aware of what your body is doing when you are anxious. A lot of us, when we really have a lot of anxiety, we often, what I call the freeze frame, we get stuck. Ever walked into a room and just stand there for like 5 minutes? Right. You're having an anxiety attack. Don't worry about it. Right? We can't believe it. But this is all expressed within our body. Many times people have hunched shoulders, or they develop what we call a low power pose. So you create a lot of cortisol, the stress hormone. Once you develop a high power pose, right? The cortisol levels decrease, the stress decreases. Look at what you're doing with your hands. Look at what you're doing with your shoulders. How relaxed are you right now? What is your cadence like? Your breathing rhythm like? Are you just breathing from the top here? Or are you breathing right from the base of your spine? Whoa, see how relaxed I am right now? It's just go like that every single day. Roll them back, roll those shoulders back, right? This is when you're really anxious, and this is when you're not. Can you see the difference? And now, because I've changed my behavior, I start changing how I feel. Slow motion this side. What's number 6? What are your triggers? You see, there are certain things which trigger our anxiety more than others. I realized I used to take the train to school, and I was sometimes anxious seeing other people's faces, like so many different faces, right? Do you ever get scared of seeing strangers' faces, right? It's overwhelming, especially when you're young, because many times we're often not engaging with people we're looking at, right? We're just looking at them. They're looking at us, and it feels very awkward. So I realized that sometimes you need to identify what makes you anxious. I realized my trigger was looking at strangers' faces I wasn't saying a word to. What helped my anxiety was speaking to a stranger that I felt awkward around. Say, hi, or who the hell are you? What are those? That's even a start. Okay, sometimes all you need is a cup of green tea with a good friend, and that's all the therapy you need. That is all the therapy you need, right? So you need to know your triggers, like what is giving rise to this anxiety. Once you pinpoint it, number 7, what will help you, what helped me anyway, was to start creating new thought forms. We become what we think. Our anxiety, your anxiety, if you are anxious today for any reason, it's because of your thoughts. You're constantly thinking the same thoughts over and over and over and over and over, whoa, and over 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 again. Therefore, you're reinforcing this thought pattern which isn't serving you. So I realized this. My thought pattern was hopeless, right? This was the program inside of me many, many years ago when I was having a lot of anxiety attacks, right? Hopeless. Like, are you just focusing on doomsday all the time? A lot of negative energy all the time, right? So your thought pattern is hopeless. And then you need another thought pattern to justify the current one. So then it's more hopelessness and more hopelessness, right? If I say life is beautiful, I need to find evidence of that. So I see the cat down the road, I say, yeah, it's beautiful because of this cat. So that's more evidence. I have even more thought forms of helpfulness, right? As opposed to hopelessness. Slow motion this side. So create new thought forms by, once again, coming to a grinding halt. If you are always ruminating on negative energy, vibes, and people and events, you have to one day say, I'm addicted to this. And then go into nature, right? Create a new mind landscape. Go on a trip somewhere. When you are inspired, you create a new thought form. You need inspiration in your life, right? When I started to get more inspired, I had a mentor back then, I was really inspired, and my mom is my mentor actually, right? I got inspired. New thought forms arose, and for the first time, I felt like I could do anything and touch the sky, and then I came right back down, but it helped because I was already in that process of thinking thoughts which were more helpful as opposed to making me feel hopeless. Number 8, create new experiences. What's helped me along my journey is I travel a lot. I've been to so many countries I can't even count. My passport just has a load of stamps on it, right? So, new experiences. Why will this help your anxiety? Because you see, our anxiety is locked into the same experiences we are creating. Neuroplasticity. Our brain changes based on our experience. So the more new experiences you are giving yourself, you are literally getting a new brain. I've been to all over Africa, South America, Europe, everywhere you can think of, right? Every country I go to, I'm getting a new experience. But you don't even have to travel that far. It's just about saying, I'm not just going to keep this same experience going. Because a lot of our anxiety is tied into only one possibility, only one experience we're giving ourselves. We live in an infinite universe of an infinite amount of experiences awaiting us. That's why I'm so calm when I'm talking. Breathing in that good ass prana, baby. Number 9, create new routines. New routines are everything. You see, my anxiety was locked into this routine I was taking every day to school. I would actually wake up late, which would create more anxiety, hop on the train, and I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore, right? But I had to. So what would I do in this situation? My new routine was to wake up earlier. Therefore, I had more confidence to say, okay, I'm going to arrive at the train station early, and I'm going to just take time to do some breathing exercises before I jump on the train. And I'm like 15 years old, by the way, right? And then I started to calm down a lot. So by the time I got on the train and saw these strangers' faces, who the hell are you? I was pretty much calm about it because I was just like in a beautiful state, a Zen state of just like pure bliss, right? And then the anxiety started to come back again. But hey, it worked for the first good hour, right? That's enough to start you off with. So start changing routines. Once again, if you change a routine, you start changing your entire experience. And really and truly, that's what's helped me along my journey. Number 10 is to be in stress-free environments. Do you think I'm a stressed out person? Cat down the road? No, I don't think so. I made a choice to be in stress-free environments, and this has helped my anxiety decrease to the point where I've created a new brain chemistry for myself, where a lot of anxiety doesn't even appear in my life. Yes, a small amount of anxiety is what we have, the fight or flight. It's necessary, but too much, it's not needed. And every day I'm practicing ecotherapy, right? You always see me recording in nature. Sometimes I record in my $1 million studio, which you've seen, right? But for the most part, it's in nature because this is where you will heal yourself from anxiety. Natural spaces. I go hiking a lot of the times. I'm on the beach a lot of the times. Hydromancy. Divination through staring at water. That's what the ancient Egyptians and the ancient Greeks practiced, right? Just staring at the beautiful waves of infinite waters will heal your anxiety. Can you just see how relaxed we are right now? Let's take a moment of silence. That's better, right? Moments of silence, right, will heal your anxiety. But stress-free environments, what's helped me is to be around people who promote your wellness as opposed to promoting your misery, right? Sometimes, once again, all you need is a good cup of green tea with a good friend, and that's all the therapy you need. Slow motion this side. So I found out that, in a nutshell, always ask yourself, what am I doing every single day to create a more stress-free environment for myself? I just realized just even tidying my room helped my anxiety disappear, because my room was like a mess, right? And now the feng shui, which is the art of how, if you have a very cluttered room, that's bad feng shui. Feng shui, water and wind. We're talking about this ancient Chinese practice of how just by changing where certain objects are placed in a room, you are now changing the energy flow of the room, the energy dynamics. You have to take all of this in consideration when you talk about reducing your anxiety to increase your wellness. And number 11, ask yourself this. Do you have anxiety, right? Have you ever had anxiety? Ask yourself this. Every single day, what I'm doing, does it feel like a vacation? No, Ralph, it doesn't. It feels like a lot of hard work. Okay, I get you. I hear you. That was me. I used to ask myself this question. What I'm doing day to day, because when I was studying, I'm like, does this feel like a vacation? Absolutely not. When I'm working, does this feel like a vacation? Absolutely not. So what are you doing right now? What are you doing right now, Ralph? I'm just in nature having fun. This is a vacation. So back then, my whole goal was to create a lifestyle which I never needed a vacation from. Slow motion this side. Now, that has manifested because every single day I get to do whatever I want, live in infinite abundance, but more so, wake up every single day with a bunch of grapes in my mouth. And it feels fantastic. So create a lifestyle where you don't need a vacation from. Something you enjoy. When you enjoy the process of what you are doing, your anxiety decreases. I've realized life isn't a race. If it is, most of us will be finishing last. Has that made you more anxious? No, you can't finish last when you realize the secret. The only person you should be in competition with is you. My only competition is being better than who I was yesterday. I'm not in competition with you, therefore my anxiety decreases. But if you are always constantly in competition with someone else, right? You're seeing people's profiles, their life seems better than yours, then you're going to have a lot of anxiety. Chill out. Realize life isn't a race. And every single day, I'm making my life, my lifestyle, something I don't need a vacation from, because every single day feels like a vacation anyway. Feels so good to be alive, baby. Can I get a hello? And there you have it in a nutshell. 11 simple things that can help your anxiety. Getting high off the good ass prana, baby. Have a beautiful day. Infinite waters. Diving deep once again. Stay well. Stay healthy. Peace. You!